Oh YouTube, hi. And this is Misha Welcher. I am changing the pickups here. Let me tell you all about it. Oh, how many times have I changed the pickups on my guitar? Guitars. 100 of my guitars. And it's a classic. It's a guitarist's classic. And it's totally normal. I'd like to join you today in showing you how I tune a guitar. Yes, this video is going to be as nerdy as possible. Yes, this video may not appeal to some people who have seen it done a long time ago. Like I did. I had Japanese transducers in here, the native Fernandez ones. It sounded pretty good. Very cool tone compressed, but the guitar was muttering. I didn't like it. Next I put in, I remember Tesla is such a Korean company, not bad, but I did not understand at that time how it worked. It works, it's really quite simple. Here we are. It turns out now we have a DiMarzio puff, which is a Satriani fret. This is the pickup you need for absolute detail in the sound, because the bridge always has chords that are unintelligible, and it's fun to compensate for that. And I'm going to use the word compensate a lot today, because the guitar, it's very unstable in itself, and you have to compensate the sound in such a way that you can correct these flaws that are in the wood, in the structure, maybe in some change in the electronics, in the harmonics. It doesn't matter much anymore. To customize your sound, to pick up. And naturally, I'm a propagandist of changing pickups to find your ideal sound. The hardest thing was to find the right pickup. Initially I thought to put a single here, because I like to have a solo, as detailed as possible, low-powered transducer, and all that. But I wanted more sustain, so I got a DiMarzio rail. It's just a gorgeous thing. I wanted the Super Strat to be able to sound like a Fender Stratocaster. Normal. I mean, as classic as possible. I wanted it to have that double stance like Jimi Hendrix. Well, roughly like all Strat pickups. And I had a hard time finding a pickup. And now, finally, I found one. It's a DiMarzio True Velvet. And why True Velvet? It's quite simple. This pickup can sound like a Fender Stratocaster. The most amazing thing about this transducer is that it works right out of the box. It fits perfectly into any guitar, in any position. On the website, there is a choice between resistance, which one is down, which one is up, which transducer is more pugnacious, which one is more detailed, which one is more mid-range. That's cool. What you can choose and compensate for, once again, is the sound of the guitar. I can't wait to start tinkering with that already. In Georgia, it snowed in Batumi. I'm shocked. I've even got a soldering iron that's heated to solder a guitar. It's a classic. When it snows, there'll be pickups. What did you guys think? Write in the comments what pickups you have on your guitar. I'll be interested to read and see if you're on board with the idea that they should compensate for the sound. That is, make it even. Balance the sound of the guitar. What have I noticed in this whole transducer? Epic. There are ceramics, and there are Alnica. Ceramic is more powerful, aggressive, loud sound, with obvious low frequencies, and without so much detail. Or it's some kind of custom, where something was combined, i.e., Alnica and ceramics were combined, and the sound becomes more detailed. But this is usually very rare. Usually, if you buy a typical Korean Ibanez, or just a Korean guitar, you will definitely have a low and unintelligible sound. So, in all this time, this crazy musical torment, I realized that you have to get an Alnica. Okay, I'll explain it a little bit for beginners. Guys, if you solder electronics in your guitar, you need a good soldering iron. The ability to constantly clean the stinger, to keep it clean. Rosin. You can't do without it. Choo 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 choo. This is what my electronics look like in here. I'm all set. Contacts. This is where the ground goes. This goes to the potentiometer. This is the thing that goes to the switch signal. It's down a grub too. It's a bit now. It's visit. I do this with signal. It's a plus signal. Useful signal. Plus. No useful value. Go ahead, electricians. Write me in the comments that I'm saying it's all wrong. We take a little bit of rosin. Then we take it and we solder the contact like this. Pop. Pop. Beep. And it's just perfectly soldered. A little bit about strings. I played a DiMarzio Nixel 1046. Well, if they're available. I usually play Re standard. I also play drop C, sometimes C, and I need something that's kind of both, not thick and not thin. But really a standard set is 1046. I also like the fact that they have a cool spraying. And here we have a little bit of humidity in the rooms. And so it holds the line and the attitude, the positive attitude better. I'm going to put the strings on now and talk a little bit about tuning the guitar. Again, this will be more for beginners too. How do I tune a guitar? First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about the anchor. We have a rod here that goes along the fingerboard. We have a key that goes in. And clockwise, we bend the fingerboard. Counterclockwise, it loosens. It bends. We're on a tuned guitar. That is, we tune it to your tuning. Then we clamp on the place where the fingerboard joins, and on the 12th fret. We see if we have any flex here. No, we don't need to go to the master. Good job. Then we clamp here. That is, at the place where the fingerboard joins, and on the 1st fret. And look, somewhere on the 7th, on the 5th, we should have 0.5 millimeter. That's the perfect bend in the fingerboard. This is what the bridge looks like. There's usually different kinds of bridgeage. There's a tunomatic. You can see how it's tuned on the tunatic. Here I've got a regular classic Strat bridgeage. What do? We put a screwdriver in them. Here we've got, let's say, we've got a standard guitar tuning. We put a string on the 12th fret, and we look to see if the tuner gives us an E2. If we see that the tuner's out of tune, we loosen it up a little bit. If it's low, we tighten it up a little bit. It's as simple as that. I mean, it's just like the anchor, clockwise and counterclockwise. Rotate the saddle right there. There it is. And an important piece of information, gentlemen. This has to be tailored to your tuning. So if you have drop C, you do the same thing with drop C on the 12th fret. If you have a standard tuning, it's E, B, D, A, E. It should be the same thing at the 12th fret. About the string height. At the 12th fret, everything you need to know to make a guitar sound good. The strings are swinging and they were low for some crazy tapping. Now, let's move on to the pickup test. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel.